What in the Carlee is going on here? What's going on, y'all? This is Instructor Mike. Hi. How are you? I will say this though. I called it. There are a few people who knew me or who know me, and we had conversations about this. I said, this is fake. It's fake. It's fake. It's fake. It's fake. It's fake. And we're going to watch the press conference tonight. Like, we are going to watch it, man. Oh, God. Hey, what's going on? Let's just start the theme music.
Going on there? This is Chicago with Season Service Survival. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Friends here. Y'all, because you have to understand that self-defense is a serious business. We do carry forces, advanced forces. Make a difference. One of the tactics that would increase or decrease in the two-way community. All right, y'all introduce yourself. Let's just go ahead. Give him 100. Johnny, you already know what it is. I saw that, and I've done my share. I'm about to put yours up here too. Look at this one. My comment is, I want. Hey, you'll be back. Hey. But no, so Marquise Moreno, PC.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? How are you? I'm going to look at some of the comments. What's going on? You said shameful. Nicole said, hey, Mike, what's going on? Do me a favor, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the share button, all that great stuff. Oh, what's going on? You said she made up the story as she went along. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Do me a favor, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Let's throw the hearts, throw the shares, throw all that stuff up. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Hope you all had an amazing week thus far. I know I have had all that great stuff. What's going on, Tiger? What's going on, Sally? What's going on? We are going to watch the press conference. I don't think some of you all, for those of you all who don't know, we're talking about Carlee Russell, the woman who alleged that she was kidnapped. First of all, let me give this disclaimer. First of all, it is not funny when a person gets kidnapped. It is not funny at all. And there were a lot of people who poured their heart out and resources out for this lady. And I tried to refrain from commenting. What's going on, Roxy's Lady Lounge? Shouts out to you. Go follow her page. Go follow her page. Ladies, definitely go follow her page. Please go follow her page. Oh, we're going to watch the conference today, right? We're going to watch the conference today because not everybody had a chance to see it. By the way, if you are in Chicago and you're looking for a concealed carry class, I got a class this Thursday and Friday. It's only $50 for my birthday month. For those of you all who have given me birthday wishes, shouts out to you. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be alive again and to still be able to impact the lives of a bunch of people who I have met, a bunch of people who I have never met. Okay. Yes, I did reach 1 million subs on YouTube, 2 million on TikTok, stuff like that. So just sharing milestones and just staying humble, not letting the massive number of people that I've been blessed to share my platform with and help out and things like that, Never thought I'd ever be able to do that. It wasn't something I planned to do. It's just something that has happened through putting out content and stuff like that. So I'm blessed and humbled to be able to do it again another year. Had some ups and downs, but it is what it is. It's life, and we persevere. So thank you. You said I'm waiting on a reply for a reschedule. I already paid. All right, text me again, 630-360-0548. See, some people don't understand I'm a very, very busy person. Some people think when I don't reply, I'm ignoring them. That's not it. Those of you who know me personally, you know that to be the case. I am extremely busy. So text me again so I can go ahead and get that going on. For those of you all who are in Chicago, you're looking for a concealed carry course, I got one tomorrow and Friday. I also got one coming up next weekend. If you're interested in the concealed carry course and you're in Chicago, just text the word or the letters CCL to 773-644-5000. Unless you already got my other number, you can text that, and then we'll go on ahead and get you squared away for that. What's going on, Tito Tactics? How are you? Do me a favor, smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, all that great stuff. Also, you can go to my instructormike.locals.com. instructormike.locals.com. The website is right here. instructormike.locals.com. I put up a lot of new content on there. So for all things instructional, if you're not able to catch my classes, you can go to instructormike.locals.com. All right, let's go ahead and get to the press conference without further delay. We are going to talk about this press conference. By the way, sharp suit there, Chief. Sharp suit there. Let's go ahead and get into this press conference because I've always had questions. I thought that it was fake. I thought it was fake. It's not, but it is. Okay, it is. It reminds me of the Juicy Smouye situation. The Juicy Smouye situation. You know what I'm talking about. Jussie Smollett. Yeah, we had our own little hoax here in Chicago. So let's go ahead and dive right into the press conference. Here we go. Don't forget to hit that like, hit the subscribe button, if you please. That like button on YouTube helps the algorithm. Here we go.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Frank and Pam Bearfield Training Center. I'm Captain Keith Sescaleba, that's spelled Keithczeska, with the Hoover Police Department. Joining me at the podium today will be Hoover Mayor Frank Brocato, spelled Brocato, and Hoover Police Chief Nick Derzis, spelled Derzis. You may also hear from Lieutenant Daniel Lowe, spelled Lowe, of the Hoover Police Investigations Division. Mayor Brocato will make a brief opening statement, and then Chief Derzis will read a prepared statement. After Chief's statement is complete, there will be an opportunity to ask a few questions regarding this investigation. Keep in mind that this is still an ongoing investigation, so there may be some questions that we cannot answer. With that, I will turn it over to Mayor Brocato.
Thank you and good afternoon for you all coming today. 6 days ago, our community learned about the disappearance of Carlee Russell, and it sent fear and pandemonium not just through our city, but the entire state and the nation as well. The media quickly joined us to get the word out about Carlee. Our community sprung into action, and they organized search parties, arranged prayer vigils, and they took other steps that I'm not even aware of to help in this situation. The Hoover Police Department quickly rallied multiple partner agencies, stopping at nothing to find Carlee. I'd like to take this time to say thank you first to the Hoover Police Department, our partner agencies, our wonderful community, and to all those that aided in some way in connection with this situation. As the days have gone on and more information has been shared, we know everyone has questions. The Hoover Police Department is known for being very methodical and thorough with their investigations. For that reason, we did not feel comfortable speaking in detail publicly until now. It is important that we share this information now so that our community can be put at ease. So at this time, I'll turn the microphone over to Hoover Police Chief Nick Durses. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank everyone for being here today. Besides me stands the team who played a significant role in this investigation.
Boy, that's a
I
sharp
want to thank our
suit.
department, members of surrounding local law enforcement agencies, the
Got it.
FBI,
Gotta get that
Secret
blazer.
Service,
That's a nice
United
blazer.
States Marshals, and ALEA for their assistance in this case. We said from the evening of July 13th, our focus would be the safe return of Carlee Russell. That occurred on Saturday, July 15th, approximately 49 hours after she called 911 and disappeared. From that point, our focus has been to determine Carlee's whereabouts during that time and what exactly took place. Let me say up front, this investigation is not over. We're still working this case, and we'll work in this case until we uncover every piece of evidence that helps us account for the 49 hours that Carlee Russell was missing. However, through the public interest, and in some cases, public fear that this story has generated,
What's up,
we
Ryan?
owe it to our citizens to tell them the facts that we have uncovered. So I will give you the facts that we know today. On July 13th, at approximately 8:20 p.m., Carlee left work from a business at the Summit. Surveillance video from her place of employment shows Carlee concealed a dark-colored bathrobe, a roll of toilet paper, and other items belonging to the business prior to her departure. She ordered food from Taziki's at the Colonnade and traveled there. She then traveled to Target on 280, where she purchased some granola bars and Cheez-Its. From there, she remained in the parking lot at that shopping center until 9:21 p.m. when she drove to I-459. Carlee communicated on her cell phone with individuals known to her while on her path of travel up to the point of calling 911 at 9:34 p.m. And at this time, we will play the 911 call in its entirety.
You ain't shit.
Hi, I am on Interstate 459, and there's just a kid just walking by themselves. Oh, hold on. Where am I are you? I'm right next to the exit 10 by the Pepper Bed, like you get off by the Med. Okay, so you're before that exit? Yes. Okay, and were you headed southbound or northbound? Like towards Tuscaloosa or towards 280? Towards Tuscaloosa. Okay. And was the child on the left or right side? On the right side. Were they walking northbound or southbound? They're walking towards Tuscaloosa. Walking southbound? Or how old do they look? Like a toddler, like maybe like 3 or 4. Did you pull over with them? Are you still with them? Yes. Okay, are you with the child right now? No, I'm not. I didn't get out of the car. I can see them though. Do you mind staying and keeping an eye on them until we get there? Yeah, sure, yeah. Okay, what kind of car are you in? I'm in a red Mercedes-Benz. Is that a sedan or SUV? SUV. I mean, it's a sedan. Sorry. Can you put your hazards on for me? Yeah, they're on. Okay. Did you talk to the child at all, or did you say anything to them? No. Okay. No. Do they look like they're injured? No, they don't. Are they white, black, Hispanic, or Asian? They're white. Okay. Is it male or female? I think it's a boy, a little boy. White male? Okay. So is he wearing clothes? Yes. Okay. What is he wearing? It's a white t-shirt, and it doesn't look like he has any pants on. It looks like a diaper. And you don't see any cars anywhere? No, no cars anywhere. Okay. All right. What's your name? My name is Carlee Russell. And you don't see any injuries on the child from where you're at, correct? No, but I can't really see they're not good. Okay, try to keep an eye on them for the best you can, because I don't want you to lose track of them. Okay. All right, and do they have shoes on? No. Not that I can see. I can't really see that. Look. Okay. All right, I've got them on the way, okay? Just try to keep an eye on them, but Officers are on the way, okay? Okay, thanks. Thank you. Okay, bye.
Carlee called a relative after speaking with the 911 operator. She went missing during that conversation sometime after 9:36 p.m. Traffic camera footage was obtained which depicted this portion of the incident, and that footage was analyzed as part of the investigation in conjunction with the 911 call and cell phone data to accurately determine the time frame. Carlee's 911 call remains the only report of a child on the interstate, despite numerous vehicles passing through the area at that time. No one has called to report that a child is missing, and the Hoover Police Department did not locate any evidence of a small child walking down the interstate. Data from Carlee's phone, including her Life 360 app, shows that she traveled approximately 600 yards in her vehicle while she was on the phone with 911, stating that she was following a child. 600 yards. That is 6 football fields straight. 600 yards. The Hoover 911 Center received a second call.
All right, I gotta stop it. Y'all do know. Hey, yeah, y'all do know that your apps track you, right? I'm sorry, but as an investigator, oh shit, I'm sorry. Professionally, like people, I got somebody in the comments. Charlie was like, "Damn it, Mike! I told you to be careful." Look, first of all, people ask me questions about this, and I was like, "Nah, I don't know if I want to say something because my professional spidey sense is telling me it's a bunch of bullshit." Like, remember in Chicago, we had somebody that did the expressway thing too, except a little close to 48 hours, she turned up dead. I had somebody call me on that, and I was like, yeah, she'll be dead. Because most kidnappings end up in what? Homicides, right? I'm just saying, most kidnappings end up in homicides. When I saw this, I'm like, I've seen the car along the road just keep driving. And I'm like, if you saw a baby on the road, there would have been an abrupt stop. You're not going to keep on driving. But her apps kept track. Let's keep going. Bye. Okay.
From Carlee's mother, stating that a relative was on the phone with her when they heard Carlee scream, and then they had an open phone line. Hoover police officers arrived on the scene within 5 minutes of being dispatched, and several other officers arrived shortly. They located Carlee's wig and cell phone in the grass near the vehicle. Her purse was located in the front seat of her vehicle with her Apple Watch in the purse. The food she ordered for Tzatziki's was also in the car. The items she purchased from Target, as well as the items taken from her place of employment, were not in the vehicle, nor were they located anywhere around the scene. Hoover police deployed all available assets from the point in the search for Carlee. Additional resources were called in to include our own drone unit, crime scene investigators. Numerous detectives responded to the scene. Throughout the day Friday, officers from surrounding local and federal agencies assisted Hoover police in the search for Carlee Russell. Officers returned to the scene on 459 to conduct a thorough line search for evidence. K-9 teams from the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department responded to check for any sign of Carlee, the child that she claimed to see, and anything else that could be considered evidence in this case. Those searches all turned up empty. Private citizens, including search parties organized by her family, friends, began looking everywhere that they could to find any trace. These searches took place throughout the day Friday and again on Saturday, yielding nothing. At 10:44 p.m. on July 15th, the Hoover 911 Center receives a call from Carlee's residence stating that she returned home on foot. In subsequent investigations, detectives obtained surveillance footage of Carlee walking down the sidewalk alone prior to arrival at her residence. She was conscious and speaking with paramedics when she was transported to UAB. Detectives were able to obtain a brief statement from her prior to being treated and released. During the statement, she told detectives that while traveling down the interstate, she saw a baby walking down the side of the road and called 911. She stated when she got out of her vehicle to check on the child, a man came out of the trees and mumbled that he was checking on the baby. She claimed that the man then picked her up and she screamed. She stated he then made her go over a fence. She claims he then forced her into a car, and the next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler. She stated that the male was with a female.
Wait a minute. She was in the trailer, not the cab. The trailer. The truck tractor. Oh my God. Not the truck tractor itself. I used to be truck enforcement too. So not the truck tractor with the sleeper, the fucking semi-trailer. So she, what do you do? Pick her up and just throw that motherfucker in the back? I'm laughing at the story, not the fact that something like this could occur.
However,
Was it?
she never saw the female, only hearing her voice. She also told detectives she could hear a baby crying. Detectives, the male had orange hair with a big bald spot on the back. And the next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler. She stated that the male was with a female. However, she never saw the female, only hearing her voice. She also told detectives she could hear a baby crying.
Wait a minute.
Detectives, the male had orange hair.
This is another baby now. This is a. She can hear a baby crying.
With a big bald spot on the back. She said she never saw the female, only hearing her voice. She also told detectives she could hear a baby crying. Detectives, the male had orange hair with a big bald spot on the back.
Or, oh my God, orange. If y'all not finding this shit fucking hilarious, I don't know what to tell you. The orange hair with the big bald spot. Let me stop there. Y'all listen. Come on.
She said she was able to escape the 18-wheeler and fled on foot, only to be captured again and was put in a car. She claimed she.
Who the fuck is this guy? She was able to escape on foot. She that's what I said. Donald Trump can't catch a fucking break. Oh, y'all stop it. Hit the like button, please. Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, no. And she was able to escape the trailer only to be captured again. Who the fuck is this man with the red hair and the bald spot? And who is not seeing this big ass tractor semi-trailer? Oh my God. Oh shit, let's go.
He was then blindfolded but was not tied up because the captor said they did not want to leave impressions on her wrists. She
He didn't give a fuck about making her go over the fence. He didn't give a fuck about throwing her in the chair, in the fucking trailer. He didn't care about her escaping and fucking running through the woods and the damage that might have occurred through that. Only to fucking capture. Wait, where the fuck you going? And then run after her to grab her, bring her back, blindfold her, but we don't want to leave any marks. Oh, shit. Keep going.
Said that they took her into a house and made her get undressed. She believes they took pictures of her, but she does not remember them having any physical or sexual contact. She stated the next day she woke up and was fed cheese crackers by the female. She said,
hey, baby, you were asleep. You want, baby, you're going to need your strength. You deplete your strength trying to run. You want some Cheez-Its? Well, me and Mark, and that's his name, by the way, Mark, we like you. We love you. We're going to do something to you. We don't know exactly what. But by God, you're going to need your strength. And I heard now that your kind likes Cheez-Its. Now, I don't... Why? They knew it's her favorite food. They saw us in the fucking front seat. Let's go.
that the woman also played with her hair, but could not remember.
Oh, he playing with her hair. This is our baby. I gotta, baby. This is our first time capturing one of your kind. Usually we stick with the whites, but this time hey, look, your life really does matter, baby. That's why we don't tie you. We don't tie your hands. Now I know you can feed yourself with your hands being loose now, but let us provide some servant leadership and let us feed you these crackers. I mean, we went through the trouble to capture you. The least we can do is feed you. By the way, what kind of hair do you have? I used to watch this show called The Boondocks. Your hair looks like that colored kid. What's his name? Riley? Is that his name? Mark Riley? Riley, you got your hair like this. And I just, can I touch it? I can touch your hair. Let me touch.
Anything else. At some point, she was put back in a vehicle she claims was able to escape while it was in the West Hoover area. She told detectives she ran through lots of woods until she came out near her residence. During this interview, detectives noted that Carlee had a small injury to her lip, and she claimed that her head was hurting. She also had a tear in her shirt.
What the fuck were her shoes? Keep going.
Detectives also noted that she had $107 cash in her right sock. Out of respect for Carlee and her family, detectives did not press for additional information in this interview and made plans to speak with her in detail after giving her time to rest. Detectives continue analyzing data from Carlee's cell phone that was left behind at the scene. We enlisted the help of the United States Secret Service in conducting this analysis. Part of what data includes several internet searches in the days leading up to their disappearance that I think are very relevant to this case. On July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term, "Do you have to pay for an Amber Alert?" was searched. On July 13th at 1:03 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term, "How to take money from a register without being caught," was searched. On July 13th at 2:13 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term Birmingham bus station was searched. On July 13th, 2:35 a.m., a search for a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville was conducted with a departure date of July 13th. On July 13th at 12:10 p.m., a search for the movie Taken, a film about abduction, was conducted. There were two searches related to Amber Alerts.
I have a particularly unique set of skills that makes me dangerous for you and babies.
On a computer at Carlee's place of employment, including one regarding the maximum age of an Amber Alert. There were other searches on Carlee's phone that appeared to shed some light on her mindset, but out of respect for her privacy, we will not be releasing the content of those searches at this time. We've asked to interview Carlee a second time, but have not been granted that request. As you can see, there are many questions left to be answered, but only Carlee can provide those answers. What we can say is that we've been unable to verify most of Carlee's initial statement made to investigators, and we have no reason to believe that there is a threat to the public safety related to this particular case. Thank you very much.
With that, we'll open the floor for some questions. Please raise your hand and I will call on you. Carol.
Chief, do you expect any charges against Carlee Russell in connection with the disappearance and in connection with what was taken from the Woodhouse spa?
Right now, our focus is to determine those 49 hours, so the investigation continues. So to be perfectly honest with you, that hasn't even entered our mind or been discussed.
One more question. Is it surprising to you that the family has not been cooperative in returning to be questioned?
Well, I think the family has stated to us that they didn't think that in her mental state right now, because of trauma of the incident, that she's not ready to talk, is what we've been told.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, question for Chief. You stated that the abductor had orange hair. Was this abductor black male? Was it female? Black female? White female?
I believe it's a white male. Am I correct by saying that? Was it ever? Yeah, white male.
Is this alleged abductor yet on loose in the Hoover area?
Don't believe so.
Yes, ma'am.
Chief Brittany Dion, WBRC. Has a toxicology report been done, and were any drugs or illegal substances found in her system?
We have no report of that.
Is any indication of mental illness in this case?
There's been a concern in the community that if this turned out not to be a true story, that the next time a young woman of color was missing, that it might not be taken seriously. How would you respond to that?
I'd respond to say that we investigate every crime to the fullest, just like we have this one.
Was she traveling with anyone? Excuse me. Was she traveling with anyone since the time she disappeared, to your knowledge?
And not to my knowledge.
Chief, I know you said you weren't able to verify a lot of aspects of the story. Where do you think she went, and how would you characterize what happened to her?
You know, that's the $100 question. You know, we pretty much know exactly what took place from the time she left work until she got on the 911 call, and we can see getting out of the car on the interstate from that footage. And after that, I think she only knows. We don't know.
Well, one quick follow-up. Her parents. Did you speak with Carlee's parents? And why do you think it is they were so adamant that there was an abductor?
Yeah, I think parents are believing what their daughter's saying, and we've had a very good rapport with the parents, met with them on several occasions. I've talked to them today a few times, and to make them understand that we're under pressure from our community, not only in our community, the state, but nationally when the story hit. And I just wanted them to understand that today we were going to have a press conference, and what we were going to detail today are facts. And everything that I've told you today is actual facts. It's not innuendos. It's not what I think. It's not what these detectives think. It is the factual information that we have.
Chief, Ajay Robinson, WBRC. How much time do you think you'll give the family before going back to Carlee for sentencing?
Well, I think our detectives have talked to the parents, and we're ready. We're ready to talk as soon as she's ready. So, you know, she called right now. We're ready.
You had one word to describe what went on. What would that be?
Ooh, how about unknown? You know, we know the facts that we have. Everything else is unknown at this time.
In the back.
What have the past few days been like for you, your department? This has been a stressful search, hasn't it?
Well, absolutely. And again, the focus of the investigation that Thursday when she went missing, of course, the focus was to get Carlee home. That's what we want all. We wanted her safe and sound. And that's all happened. And then, of course, this has gotten to be not only a local state story, but a national story. So, you know, it's a lot of stress on everyone in the Hoover Police Department, and the mayor, to every citizen here. We want to know the truth.
As you stand here, are you frustrated?
I wouldn't say I'm frustrated. I mean, I'm very happy that Carlee's home. That was the main ingredient here, and then we'll figure it out. I promise you that we'll end up figuring it out.
any idea about the number of manpower hours or the expense of the drones and all the rest of the search that might cost the city and the state and federal government?
Yeah, we haven't had time to consider that, but it's again, these detectives that are here, this is just a small group of people that have been associated with this case. We have put every available resource that we have on this case because we wanted to make sure that we found out everything. We wanted to get her home, and we have.
Mental health problems?
Not that I'm aware of.
Can you just expand on the people from the state, federal resources brought in? What were they doing exactly as you all were searching for her? Can you just expand on that?
Sure. A lot of the from the FBI side, several agents helping us interview. I mean, as you well know, in a case like this, especially when it goes national, we got hundreds and hundreds of calls. And when you get those calls, some of them may just be outlandish, but you've got to follow up on them because you never know that you may get that one tidbit. And I'd also say too that we had a great cooperation with the family. The family received hundreds and hundreds of tips, and every time they got a tip, they sent it to us.
Would you say a crime has been committed in this case?
Determine that now.
Keith Mims, WAGG 610 Summit Media. Question for Chief. With all of the searches that you mentioned, Chief, that were on Carlee's phone, does that kind of give you an indication of her mind state during this ordeal, 48 hours that she went missing? Well,
again, we want to talk in facts, and I do think it's highly unusual to the day that someone gets kidnapped, that 7 hours, 8 hours before that they're searching the internet, Googling the movie Taken about an abduction. I find that very, very strange. Yes.
Yes. Do you feel confident, your investigators feel confident that you know why Carlee Russell may have done this?
No, we do not know. Absolutely not.
Chief, can you explain for us, you mentioned that while I believe you said that Carlee was on the phone with 911, she was traveling 6 football fields, which tells you what?
Which tells me that I've had kids, and I'm sure a lot of people here have, and it's very, very, again, she said it, and I'm not saying it couldn't happen because I've always been one of these guys, never say never, but 6 football fields. I like athletics, I like football. 6 football fields. To think that a toddler, barefoot, that could be 3 or 4 years old, is going to travel 6 football fields without getting in the roadway, without crying, without any just moving down. It's just very hard for me to understand.
Chief, have you used any technology to enhance the video from 459? And did you see a man grab her?
From what we can tell, we don't see anybody on the interstate other than her car and then someone getting out of her driver's side. We have sent that off to the FBI for enhancement. It has not been returned.
Do you think in this case that charges will be forthcoming towards Carlee Russell? And how serious of a crime is it to not only fabricate a 911 call, but to lie to law enforcement during an investigation?
Well, again, that's not something that we've been discussed since we're going through the still investigation. But people have to understand that when someone says something like this, we put every available resource. Everybody comes together from, like I say, state, local, federal. It's just a lot of work, and the gentleman earlier said frustrated. I mean, it is a little frustrating to think that all this has been done and we can't find anything out.
Did anyone see her calling in from the side of the road when she made that 911 call?
No, not to my knowledge.
All right, last question here. Is this investigation held up until you can speak once again to Carlee Russell?
Well, there's a few things that we're still doing, but obviously we want to talk to Carlee as soon as we can. And do an in-depth interview, and at that time, I think we'll have these investigators doing some other things. So
that's all the questions we're going to. You guys coming, and we'll
check for any sign of Carlee, the child that she claimed to see, and anything else that could be considered evidence in this case. Those searches all turned up empty. Private citizens, including search parties organized by her family, friends, began looking everywhere that they could to find any trace. These searches took place throughout the day Friday and again on Saturday, yielding nothing. At 10:44 p.m. on July 15th, the Hoover 911 center receives a call from Carlee's residence stating that she returned home on foot.
I had to hit us
In
again.
subsequent investigations, detectives obtained surveillance footage of Carlee walking down the sidewalk alone prior to arrival at her residence. She was conscious and speaking with paramedics when she was transported to UAB. Detectives were able to obtain a brief statement from her prior to being treated and released. During the statement, she told detectives that while traveling down the interstate, she saw a baby walking down the side of the road and called 911. She stated when she got out of her vehicle to check on the child, a man came out of the trees and mumbled that he was checking on the baby. She claimed that the man then picked her up and she screamed. She stated he then made her go over a fence. She claims he then forced her into a car, and the next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler. She stated that the male was with a female. However, she never saw the female, only hearing her voice. She also told detectives she could hear a baby crying. Detectives, the male had orange hair with a big bald spot on the back. She said she was able to escape the 18-wheeler and fled on foot, only to be captured again and was put in a car. She claimed she was then blindfolded, but was not tied up because the captor said they did not want to leave impressions on her wrists. She said that they took her into a house and made her get undressed. She believes they took pictures of her, but she does not remember them having any physical or sexual contact. She stated the next day she woke up and was fed cheese crackers by the female. She said the woman also played with her hair, but could not remember anything else. At some point, she was put back in a vehicle she claims was able to escape while it was in the West Hoover area. She told detectives she ran through lots of woods until she came out near her residence. During this interview, detectives noted that Carlee had a small injury to her lip, and she claimed,
"Hey, baby, I heard you like crackers." No pun intended.
that her head was hurting. She also had a tear in her shirt. Detectives also noted that she had $107 cash in her right sock. Out of respect for Carlee and her family, detectives did not press for additional information in this interview and made plans to speak with her in detail after giving her time to rest. Detectives continue analyzing data from Carlee's cell phone that was left behind at the scene. We enlisted the help of the United States Secret Service in conducting this analysis. Part of what data includes several internet searches in the days leading up to their disappearance that I think are very relevant to this case. On July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term, "You have to pay for an Amber Alert," was searched. On July 13th at 1:03 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term, "How to take money from a register without being caught," was searched. On July 13th at 2:13 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term Birmingham bus station was searched. On July 13th, 2:35 a.m., a search for a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville was conducted with a departure date of July 13th. On July 13th at 12:10 p.m., a search for the movie Taken, a film about abduction, was conducted. There were two searches related to Amber Alerts on a computer at Carlee's place of employment, including one regarding the maximum age of an Amber Alert. There were other searches on Carlee's phone that appeared to shed some light on her mindset, but out of respect for her privacy, we will not be releasing the content of those searches at this time. We've asked to interview Carlee a second time, but have not been granted that request. As you can see, there are many questions left to be answered, but only Carlee can provide those answers. What we can say is that we've been unable to verify most of Carlee's initial statement made to investigators, and we have no reason to believe that there is a threat to the public safety related to this particular case. Thank you very much.
All right, so I'm going to drop the link. I am going to drop the link. What are your thoughts about this sugar tree? Oh, my Lord. I'm going to drop the link. This isn't going to be a long show, but this, I had to talk about this. I did. Because people had talked to me and they were like, look, you know, they were sitting here and they were like, Mike, what do you think about this case? Talk about women protection, stuff like that. And I'm like, all right, cool. Yep, I protect women by teaching them how to protect themselves. But this just sounds very fishy. I just dropped the link. If you guys want to come up, talk about it for a minute. We only got about 10, 15 minutes left. So I was going to make this a short show tonight. Yeah, there are other people that we can find. Kiera Cole and Claritha Morrison, or Sharitha, sorry, Morrison. Carlee is, I don't know if that's, I'm not going to put that out there. I'm glad I read that and then it stopped. I don't know if that's true. I wonder what her internet search history was. Probably for more Cheez-Its or some shit. I don't know. Okay, so let's put context behind this. First of all, kidnapping is not cool. And when you hear stories of, certain black folks going through things, it doesn't get the type of attention that it should get. That's a conversation for another day. I just wanted to put that out there. But I will sit there and say this, that this is absolutely horrible. And this reeks of Jussie Smollett. Excuse me. Elijah Israel said it. Yeah. Just saw it on the news. Sad to see she's a fraud. Who does that? Searching Amber Alerts and a movie on the same topic. Disgusting. Yeah. He said she was probably searching hotel rooms and rates. Yeah, that's also part of it. Also, out of respect of her privacy, I'm glad. Let's go there. I'm glad that the police chief didn't talk about other aspects of her search history, because if they went through your phone, what would they find in that? So I'm glad that they kept non-relevant search history out of it, which is good, right? But man, that's really something. That's really something. I do wish you luck, Angel. Hope everything is gonna go well. Okay. All right. I got nobody that came up. You said the sassy trucker Lefty. The sassy trucker being jailed in Dubai in a car rental scam. I don't know if it was a scam or not. And for screaming at a man. I don't even know if I even want to touch that one. But I will say this about that particular situation, and about just traveling abroad. Make sure you understand the customs, because in certain countries, they don't play certain things. You're not in America, and the government can't always save you. I think that's the safest statement that I can make with regard to that. How many people thought, remember the case of, what's the young lady who, Shanquella Robinson or something like that, who went to Mexico, right? Who went to Mexico, and she was allegedly beat by her friends or associates, and it happened in Mexico, and people thought that they were going to be brought up on charges. What did I say? It wasn't going to happen. Has it happened yet? No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You need to understand about customs, where you are going, and the court systems and things like that, where you are going. The justice that we have been fortunate or unfortunate to receive in America, you don't want to go to some of these other countries. The freedom to think that you could, I'm gonna leave it there because I could go. I'm just saying, research where you're going. If you ever question your freedom, start traveling. If you ever question your freedom, start traveling, and then you'll see there are places that have better things. But you're visiting just the tourist spots, and so you're judging the whole of a country on the tourist spots. Now, Playboy, it's worse in certain areas. Okay, don't tell me about I went to Tijuana. I went to a vacation spot in Mexico. Tell me about the other parts that they tell you not to go to. Tell me about that. Okay. Same thing in America. It's no different, right? It's no different. Hey, isn't that right, Sar? Isn't that right? Didn't you just post up your was it your MSM you just got awarded, Sergeant Jackson? Isn't that what I saw? I think that's what I saw. I saw that early this morning. Was it your MSM that you just got? Thank you for that, Jorge. I think if I'm saying, am I saying it George or Jorge? Yeah. I think that was your MSM that I saw. Sorry, Jackson. I think that was the case. If that is the case, congratulations. I want to say that was yours. Yeah, you got to do your homework. 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 All right, I dropped the link. Nobody came up. We're at 50 minutes right now. I'm just going to go on ahead and say this is a very sad situation that took place. And it's sad not just for Carlee by virtue of whatever she is going through, because she's going through something to be able to do something like this, right? Oh, it wasn't you. Oh, okay, it was somebody else. All right. Thank you for your service anyway. But it's sad for all the other law enforcement agencies that had to pull their resources together, because whenever you have something tragic like this, it really, or allegedly tragic like this, it really tugs on the heartstrings of other people who have gone through similar situations or even have empathy for those who do. And this is not something to play around with. So don't be surprised if she does get charged with disorderly conduct, filing a false police report, stuff like that. Yes, Jonathan, I am coming to Baltimore. That is correct. So yes, that's my take on the Carlee situation. In no way, shape, form, or fashion am I going to ever allow someone to mislabel my attitude toward this situation, saying that I don't care about black women. That's not the case. That's not true at all. I absolutely do. I absolutely do. But this was an affront to those people who are real victims. This was an affront to those people who are actually real victims. So, yes, this is sad. All right. So, final thoughts. That was that. For those of you all who are in Chicago and you are interested in a concealed carry class, yes, I do have those classes coming up. Right? I do have those classes coming up. Text the letters CCL to 773-372-3929. Oh, nope, sorry, wrong number. 773-644-5000. 773-644-5000. I am coming to Baltimore to teach the wear and carry course. If you're interested in that, text the word Maryland. 773-644-5000. 773-644-5000. Not just in August, but also September as well. Okay? All right, and don't forget, if you are interested in any other instructional content, please, if you've been supporting my channel all this time, I would love to see you over on Locals. I love to see you. It's Instructor Mike at locals.com. Instructor Mike at locals.com. That's where I'm putting a lot more instructional content. I will be coming to Seattle. I'm going to try to come to Seattle. Okay. Instructional content on the Locals. So instructormike.locals.com. Okay. And for those of you all who are supporters, there are different levels. But for those of you all who are supporters, yes. You thanks, William. I see you said that. You said coming with that Taurus GX4. Yes, for those of you all who are supporters, the instructormike.locals.com. You'll get the content that'll help you learn additional things. I'm not going to say what that stuff is. I would appreciate your support. All right. This is Instructor Mike. Again, you have been trained. You all have an outstanding night. I'll see you on the next show.
Going on there, this is Chicago Precision Service Survival. Don't you do it. Friends here. Y'all, this is
because you have to understand that self-defense is a serious business. We do carry courses, advanced courses. Make a difference.
One of the tactics that would increase or decrease
in the twin community.
All right, y'all introduce this thing. Johnny,
You already know what it is.
I saw that, and I've done my share. I'm about to put yours up here too. Wow, look at this one. My comment is, I want. Hey, you'll be back. Hey.